So this is just a little bit of footage that we filmed in our local Iceland, but our local Iceland isn't the biggest, is it?
It's not, no.
So we haven't got the full range of meals in our local Iceland, because there's one that you saw at group, because our consultant Brenda's got the packaging, but they didn't have it.
The chili con carne.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
It does.
So for the first day,
I had the Rogan Josh.
and I went with the keema cottage pie. So this is what the chicken Rogan Josh looks like when it comes out of the microwave. I've got to say, it's actually fairly similar, isn't it? I know, we've got Elvie up on the sofa. She's having a panic attack because of all the fireworks.
A bit of onion or... The taste of the sauce is actually really nice.
So there you go. That's what my one looks like when it comes out the microwave. So then I'm going to do the taste test. This is what it looks like. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't look as pretty as it does on the packaging because you try to get it out the tray. But that's the same with any ready meal. But I've got to say, it smells absolutely delicious. And I really like the keema matar recipe that the Slimming World, their curry club book. It's really nice. Right, so let's try this, see what it compares like. Oh, okay. That's actually really interesting. That hasn't got as much kick as when we make it at home. We've cleared our plates. I mean, like literally, like cleared our plates. So that obviously shows that dinner was bearable. What do you think?
My one was really nice. I've had the chicken tikka one before, but I think this one, which was what the Rogan Josh, is really tasty, really tasty. Yeah. So this one is like maybe a 9. I really like this one.
That's good.
Really, really tasty. Not too spicy, but spicy enough.
Yeah.
Really nice, really nice. Lots of flavour. Lovely.
That's a really good score. Would you have it again?
Definitely. I've had no rice with this and I'm really full up. So
yeah. It's quite good portions actually.
It is, really.
So I've got to say, the keema cottage pie, I didn't think I was going to say this. Yes, it was really delicious.
But it wasn't maybe...
But it could have done with a little bit more of a kick.
But is that partly because you've cooked it at home before? Not obviously not this recipe, but you've cooked the keema matar,
the Slimming World one, yeah.
But maybe they do it like that because it's kind of like playing safe because
for everybody.
Not everybody likes too much spice.
Yeah, also I think that obviously we've done the keema matar recipe several times, and it's probably a little bit sort of more heavier on the spice now than it was when we first did it, because our palate has changed a little bit. But I've got to say, I would give that a solid 8.5, only because
spicy quite enough.
Yeah, only because with it being called a keema, I wanted it to have more of that kind of, I know that's like the curry with peas, but I wanted it to have a little bit more of that curry kick to it. And actually, if anything, that potatoey sort of topping, whatever it was, I think that actually let it down. So there we go. That is the first day on the Slimming World ready meals, and so far I've got to say, pretty good thumbs up from both of us.
Yeah, I'd say I've had a good start already with mine. It was very nice.
There you are. So this is Rufus's dinner, and he is having the chicken tikka masala. Now, that's what it looks like on the plate when it's been microwaved and zapped and everything. And that is what it looked like on the packet. Okay then, Rufus, so open your eyes. This is your chicken tikka masala with all the veggies.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
people can see on the tray. Look, all the water on the tray. Look.
Oh wow.
Yep. It's not great. Like I say, the curry I had yesterday, not watery, absolutely amazing. I said, and I kind of was hoping that this wasn't going to happen again. But
right. Okay. Bear with me. Pause.
I said, and that's not from the veggies. That's just from the actual meal.
That is from the meal. Well, look, let's eat that. I'm going to go and grab mine, and we'll come back to it after. Oh wow, look how much liquid there. Look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad. As I was pouring it onto the plate and stuff, I didn't think it was that bad.
But
right, okay. We'll check back in with you after you've had your dinner.
Yeah.
So there you go, that is my one. I've got the Chinese style curry, again on the same vegetables and rice. So we've got some sprouts, some cauliflower, some broccoli under there, and then this is that mix sort of thing of veggies. If you can hear the dogs chewing, it's because they're just having their dinner. So then, I didn't even lick the spoon after I put it on the plate. So I haven't tried this at all. So hang on a second. Let's swap the camera. Oh, it's definitely a Chinese style curry. It's really nice. You can taste the Chinese 5 spice and like a star anise or something in it. That's really, really nice. Look, if I tip my plate this way.
Did you get any leakage? No.
No, everything's going to slide off the plate before I get any liquid. And then look at Rufus's. Look at that. So he's had a bit of the meat, as you can see. Look how watery the sauce is at the edge. So then we've just had our second day of Slimming World meals. Yeah. Your plate isn't quite as swimming, but I've got to say the last couple of mouthfuls of that, you could have drunk it. Yeah. It was pretty much like a soup, wasn't it, with a bit of veg in it. Yeah. So my one was actually really yummy. The sauce was quite thick. It actually, you know, there's a little bit of like a granular powdery taste, but I think that was from like 5 spice or something, because sometimes that doesn't always sort of dissolve, does it? But I thought that was really nice. The chicken was done perfectly. Oh my God, the chicken was absolutely delicious. Soft. Yeah, really soft, really tender. The only thing I would say is that the vegetables with it, there weren't a lot of them that come with. I know you got to put it with side vegetables, but the vegetables with it were really nice. And yeah, I've got to say, for me, what did I give the one yesterday? Did I give it an 8? I'm giving this one a 9. So what about yours then? Yes, you've had yours before, but
yeah, I say I couldn't have eaten mine without a spoon.
No,
I say it does taste nice, but if I hadn't have had the other one, I would have thought this was great, and it was just. But it's just all the water you get on your plate. Yeah. Yeah.
But what would you give yours out of 10 then? You gave yours 9 yesterday.
So 6 maybe. This
a 6.
It wasn't that great.
Oh.
It wasn't that great. I like I say, once I've had the other one, I don't think personally I would go back to this one and end up with a huge plate of water.
Was it just the water, or was it the flavour as well?
The flavour as well. It's not like I say, it's not as flavourful as the other one. And the other one's got lots of peppers and other things on it. It's really, really tasty. Yeah.
But anyway, there we go. It is now 10 o'clock at night. As you can see, we've just had dinner. And so we will check in with you tomorrow. I don't even know what we've got tomorrow. We've got some in the fridge.
You've got your fruit for tonight as well, which is right
I have, yeah. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah. You want me to show them the fruit, don't you? So this is, when we talk about having our pudding. In the evening. This is what Rufus does.
Yes, I did.
While I cook the dinner, he chops up the vegetables.
We've got
fruit.
Watermelon, half a pear, it's all chopped up, and some little red grapes that I've sliced in half. So that's what we've got for pudding.
So when we say we have a bowl of pudding every day, that's pretty much what we have, that and our yogurt. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so this is Rufus's dinner tonight. By accident, he's got the chicken korma. I was going to do the carbonara, but I put the wrong one back in the fridge. So this is what he's got tonight. Unfortunately, there's no rice because we were going to do that for tomorrow, so I didn't cook any. Open your eyes.
Oh wow. Smells nice. You can taste it's less creamier than like an average korma.
This is what I'm having tonight, the braised steak and root mash. And that's what it looks like. But there was still quite a bit of liquid in this. And this sauce, this gravy, is, I mean, look, it's kind of, you can see, I don't really, you can quite see, yeah, look. It's kind of like there's a thick bit, and then there's this like watery element all around the edge. Again, a little bit like the chicken tikka masala that Rufus had yesterday. So, we'll see. Right then, let's have a little taste of the gravy, the mash, and here we go. I'm just gonna have a little taste. Oh no, that is that mash is very watery. God. Right, so we've had dinner. So then, what did you think about yours? What did you have first of all? You had the korma. Yeah.
I thought it was really, I don't know, like I just bought a takeaway korma. It was maybe not quite as creamy as I would expect it to be, but then my head was kind of like, how did they make that then? How was it sin-free, on plan? Oh. And it was a korma.
That good?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could have bought a nice jar of korma stuff and made it at home, but like I say, that's sin-free. You can't go wrong, can you, with that? If you wanted, like say, you love curries and wanted something slightly different, that was really, really tasty. When I first tried the korma, it was a little bit like, not sure. And then, like I say, it is quite tasty. But yeah, it did take a few mouthfuls. It was like I really started enjoying it.
Okay, so out of 10, how much would you give that?
Maybe an 8. Yeah.
That's a good score. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good score. I had the braised steak and root vegetable mash, and the root vegetable mash was really watery. Unfortunately, the rest of this footage is missing as the camera died, but I ended up giving this a 6 because it was just so watery. It wasn't very nice, and yeah, I won't be having this one again. So today, Rufus is having the Slimming World chicken carbonara. It does say serve with your favourite veg, and this is what it looks like on the plate.
It smells nice. It tastes nice as well.
Does it? Okay.
I remember when we got it, it didn't look that great. Like,
no, it looks
inside the packet. It looks. Yes, I say it does actually taste nice.
I did have to stir it several times to dislodge all the noodles and things.
In it.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Big pieces of chicken in it.
Huge bits of chicken.
Yeah, it does actually look really nice.
Okay, we'll check back in when you've had yours. And this is what I'm having tonight. It's the chicken tikka Rogan Josh. So Rogan Josh is one of my favourite ever curries. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And then mine has come out like that. So it's on a bed of rice. I've got a couple of carrot bits there. I've got some pumpkin and butternut squash and some broccoli. So yeah, it looks really nice. So I'll give you let's have a little taste. My first impressions. Again. Right, I'm not sure, but again, I think it could do with a bit more kick. But I'll let you know my full thoughts when I've eaten it. Okay then, so we've had dinner. So what did you think about your carbonara? Was it carbonara-y?
Yeah, it was, like I say, I can't remember the last time I had one, but I thought it was really good. Really, really nice.
What was the pasta like? Was it cooked nicely? Was it a bit dry? Was it?
No, it was really nice. I can't fault it.
That's the hard thing, isn't it? Sometimes with a frozen meal with pasta, it can come out either really like sloppy or really dry.
So when you remember looking at it when it was frozen and you took the cardboard off,
it did look very appetising.
No, it didn't. When you first looked at it, I said, but once it's been microwaved and that, I said it was really nice. The sauce wasn't runny. The
one thing I couldn't understand is that the pot was really, really deep.
Yeah.
And yet you didn't get. It was only about maybe a half, if that, full. Yeah. So I don't know why the pot was so deep, unless it's just like, look how much you get, and you don't. Yeah. So would you get that one again?
Definitely, I'll definitely get that again.
Okay. So points out of 10.
So an 8.
An 8.
An 8. I definitely would have that one again.
So as you can see from my plate, it's completely empty. I thought it was really nice, but you know what? I don't think it was spicy enough.
Isn't it? That's odd for you.
I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older, whether my palate's changing, but I think I could have handled it just a little bit hotter.
See, whereas I thought that was really, really nice.
You know the vindaloo? Because there's a vindaloo that we were both like, oh, it's 3 chilies, I'm not going to try that. I might get that.
My God.
I know. Could you imagine? Well, also, it's one of the few remaining gluten-free ones without doubling it up.
You know, I say one thing goes in hot, it's got to come out.
That's very true. So I would give that... Oh, what would I give it? I would give it a... I would also give that an 8, actually. Very nice. I think if you were to have that, and if you like spicy curries, it's not very spicy.
Tasty.
But if you like, it was tasty.
Really tasty. It does make me wonder what the vindaloo is going to be like then.
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
You're not going to try it, are you?
Okay. I'll try a little bit of yours. When
all right then. All right, we'll try that then, and we'll see if I've made the mistake.
I'm not being funny. It may end up being my dinner rather than yours, depending on what it's like. So.
No, I will eat it no matter what. I am going to do it.
There you are.
After having the 2 chili Rogan Josh, and I was a bit like, oh, it's going to be too spicy.
I'll make sure you do then. I'll make sure. Don't you worry.
We will do. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so it is day 5, and this is what Rufus has for tea tonight, the Chinese-style chicken curry. That's what it looks like on the packaging. That's what it looks like on the plate. So we've put it with some pilau rice, which is the Slimming World pilau rice. We thought we'd give this a try. So this is what that packaging looks like. We've got some sauce and some pilau. Go on then, have a nibble.
Yeah.
First impressions?
It's quite nice.
Okay then, so this... oh God help us. This is going to be my dinner, the beef vindaloo. That's what it looks like on the package.
I had a tiny little speck taste of the food.
And that's what it looks like. I mean, you can see it's steaming. Yeah, Rufus, when I put it in the microwave, Rufus, like just then, he had a little bit of taste of what was left on the spoon. And he says he actually delayed eating his because he thought I might need to swap. But I'm not going to. So I'm going to try. Here we go. Look, big bit of the sauce, bit of the rice. Right. Oh God. Here we go.
What's the matter? Too spicy?
No, that tastes all right, actually. So then we've just had our dinner, and I did eat all of the vindaloo. I didn't swap it out. I ate it all myself, and I'll tell you what I think in a second. You thought I was going to swap, didn't you?
I did.
Even when you tasted the sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to say, I'm a bit disappointed. I was expecting it to blow my head off. It had 3 chilies on the packet. Mm-hmm. I was expecting it to blow my head off. And there's definitely chilies in there because my lips are tingling. And Rufus says my cheeks are quite red.
Yeah.
I think, looking at this in the camera, I think it just looks like I've got a nice amount of blusher on. I haven't got any blusher on. But it looks really, yeah. I think I'm not sweating.
You're definitely warming the cheeks.
And there was a fair bit of chili to it. It's the chili that I'm reacting to, that chili sauce, because I can feel that on my lips. But actually, for a vindaloo, I don't think it was that spicy. I really don't. The rice was delicious. The vegetables were delicious. So I will give you a score in a second.
Just wait till tomorrow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So what about you then? What do you think about your Chinese-style curry?
Curry, I thought was... And I think of having a Chinese curry before. It was very, very, very mild. Maybe a bit like as if it was a little watered down, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But it could just well be, I said, because the rice that we had, I said, with all the herbs and stuff that was in it,
all the coriander,
it may well have kind of overpowered the curry that I had. Okay. Possibly. It was nice. It, like I say, it wasn't watery. I said, like the chicken tikka one I had. Had lots of flavour, onions, peppers and all sorts in it. It was really tasty. But I felt it was, could have, like I say, it may just be, like I say, the rice that I had got so much flavour in the rice that, you know. See, I really liked the one that when I had one of those. I thought it was really, really delicious. So that's really surprised me a little bit. Okay, then. So what would you give yours out of 10? Maybe a 7. But I say, oh, that's your lowest, I think, so far. Okay. So for me, I would give mine. Do you know what? I'm going to give that a 9. The beef was really nice, really, really succulent. There was a lot of meat in it. There was quite a bit of like peppers in it, quite a bit of onions. So the actual meal itself was really, really nice. And it's got just enough spice for you to have that tingly kind of, I've had a curry feeling without it blowing your head off. I don't think I'm going to have a problem when it passes. I think it's going to be absolutely fine because that was not blow your head off hot. So yeah, I've got to say I really enjoyed that. I did not think I would be giving a vindaloo, like my highest score so far, a 9. Really, really enjoyed it. Day 6 for Rufus's dinner, and that's what it should look like, and that's what it does look like. So there you go, that's what yours looks like. What do you think? I wasn't expecting that. It looks a bit different, doesn't it? But it does smell nice. And smell herbs and stuff on it as well.
Yeah, it's got proper Italian herbs and things in it. Right then, do you want to give it a little tasty test? I know the dogs want theirs. Look, there's the dogs. I know they're waiting. There, they've got turkey mince and vegetables and all sorts for them.
It's quite tasty.
Smelt really nice, and the gravy had quite a bit of herbs to it. So yeah, it smelt really nice.
Yeah, definitely tasty. Yeah.
Give paw. Thank you. And the other one. Thank you. Go on then. You have yours. Go on then. Do your little taste test. Oh, what do you think?
I quite like nice? That. 2% turkey mince.
Oh, so that's what mine looks like, and that's what it is on the plate. So yeah, I had to kind of mix it in a bit because the potatoes were a little bit underdone, so I had to kind of mix them in with everything else and zap it again. A little bit of the chicken, a little bit of vegetables and gravy. Let's have a look. I think it needs a bit of seasoning. I'm going to put some salt on it. Hi, we've had dinner. What did you think about yours?
Really tasty, mine was. I'd say I haven't had a lasagna for ages, and I probably didn't need to have as many veggies on my plate as I probably had, but
yeah, you actually left 2 mouthfuls, 2 spoons of the mince.
That's
so
because I
nice.
haven't had any pasta for ages, so having that just really bloated me out.
It was quite nice. I
really
quite
tasty.
liked the mince. Obviously, I can't have the pasta because it doesn't agree with me, does it? The beef lasagna. What would you give that out of 10?
9. It was really nice. I really liked that one.
That's another high
So my favourites so far are the Rogan Josh and the and this one.
Oh,
this is really super tasty. I don't know how they made it like that, but it's really nice.
That's cool. So I've got to say, my chicken hot pot. Yeah, it was okay. It was a little bit like a school dinner, or like a canteen dinner.
I tried a tiny little bit of yours. Yeah, and it did for me. That's what was the first thing I said. I went, school dinner.
I don't know. It was like a pulled chicken. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting chunks of chicken, but it was okay. The potatoes on it, I think that chicken hot pot, if you're going to get it at home, what I would recommend seriously is putting that one in the oven, because the potatoes were just soggy. It was edible, but I would absolutely get everything I've tried this week ahead of that. It tasted like it was, for the first time, this tasted like a cheap ready meal. You know, like like hospital food or canteen food. That's what it honestly, that's what it tasted like. 6.5 is the most I can give it, and that is because it is edible, but just nothing above that. Nothing to raise the game in any way.
Exactly, it's just all kind of a.
It was all very bland, all very plain. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to downgrade it to a 6. Yeah, I'm not even giving it a 6.5.
If I tried a tiny little bit, and I think if I'd have had that, to me, I wouldn't have found it very exciting. Like not that enjoyable to eat, and I definitely, if I had picked it, I wouldn't get. I wouldn't get it again.
No, so, I definitely will not be getting that again. But that would be my review. If you go on Trustpilot or something, or one of these review sites, and you give a review, my review would be barely edible.
I said, I think if you'd have had mine and it had been, like I said, the gluten-free lasagna in it, you would have loved that.
So this is Rufus's dinner today for the last day on Slimming World Ready Meal. Sorry about the steam, it's literally ready to go. So yeah, he's got the beef tagliatelle. That's what it looks like on the packet. And that's what it looks like on the plate.
Ooh, looks quite nice.
Have you got some of the pasta as well as the meat, or just the meat?
Pasta with it.
Okay.
It tastes nice. It's very similar to lasagna though, the mince and stuff, yeah. Quite nice though.
This is what I'm having today for the last day on our Slimming World Ready Meal week. And that's what mine looks like. It's a little bit different because I've added in some mini gherkins, some what they called cornichons, something like that, but they're the little mini gherkins, and some pickled onion and a little bit of the vinegar into the mix to try and kind of create that sweet and sour type flavour. Right then, let's have a little look. I've got some peas, some rice, and obviously the pumpkin there on the side as well. So here we go then. Let me just have a little taste. Okay, that's interesting. I actually prefer that with the pickles and the gherkins in. That's actually really nice. Hi, so we've just finished our dinners, and for the last day, I had the Diet Coke chicken and you had the tagliatelle. So, first of all, what did you think about the tagliatelle?
I thought it was, like I say, taste-wise, very similar to the lasagna I had, to the beef lasagna. I said the only difference I found with it, obviously a different pasta, and cherry tomatoes and that in it, but the flavour of the sauce I think was very similar to the lasagna. They were
full cherry tomatoes as well. It wasn't like chopped tomatoes. Yeah, they were like little baby cherry tomatoes. Yeah, because you were like, oh look, I got a tomato.
Like I say, it did taste nice, and like I say, I would rate that the same as I would for the lasagna because they were very, very similar. Very tasty though.
So that would be a 9.
A 9.
Wow. Okay, that's really good. Would you have it again then? Obviously, you gave it a 9.
I would give it. Yeah, I would definitely have that one again. Yeah.
I had the Diet Cola chicken, but after you had it at the beginning of the week,
I did, yeah.
I had a little taste of the sauce and I wasn't keen. I just thought it tasted really sweet. I put it with some pickled onions and some little baby gherkins, as you saw, and that made it. That absolutely lifted it and gave it that little bit of and just cut through that sweetness. And I think that is exactly what that needed. So Slimming World, if you're watching, take your Diet Coke chicken, add some sort of a little bit of is it umami? Is that the or tamarind or something? You know, like the really bitter sort of sour. Add a little tiny bit of that to it. Repackage it. You don't have to do anything else. Repackage it as a sweet and sour, and you'll have an absolute winner there. I gave that a 9. I thought that was really nice.
Once you put the vinegar and your onions and things in
with the tweak. Without the tweak, I'd probably only give it a 7. It needed that for me just to cut through that sweetness. So we've got 3 meals that this week we've both given 9s to, like separately, and they're different meals, which I find really, really interesting. So the first one you gave a 9 to was the chicken tikka Rogan Josh. So hold that one. There you go. So you then gave a 9 to the lasagna, which I've got here as well, the beef lasagna. There we go. And you also then gave a 9 for tonight's dinner for the tagliatelle. So out of those 3, what would you rank as your
winner?
Yeah, your first, second, and third of your 9s? That's hard, isn't it? Isn't that difficult?
These two were very, very similar, the tagliatelle and the lasagna. I felt that the lasagna, when you go in the shop and pick it up, it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And you tend to have a lot more meat content in it.
But also, that is the only one this week that you've not been able to finish the whole thing. The last 2 mouthfuls I had of just the mince.
Yeah. I'd eat, like I say, on purpose. I'd try and eat my vegetables and things before I eat the rest of my meal.
Because we do that with speed food. Put your speed food on your plate first and eat your speed food first, and then go on to everything else. Top Slimming World tip there. So tip.
So make sure you get your veggies in.
Yeah.
I felt, like I say, for your money, that there was a lot more in the lasagna. I'd say they were both nice. I tried the tagliatelle just to see the difference, but
so that of these 2, the lasagna goes above.
Yeah, I would say so.
So then, where would you put your chicken tikka Rogan Josh? Would that go
in my belly? Yeah.
But where would that go in comparison?
Oh, now I do like a curry.
You do.
And I like them more. If they don't burn my bum, then I love them even more.
Yeah.
But I think 9 times out of 10, if I go out and we just get the odd microwave meal one day of the week, I would get a curry. So I will put it there.
And your top dinner all week?
I think so. I think that
is the chicken tikka Rogan Josh. Okie dokie. Well, hold on to that then. That is your winner of the week. Right, so mine then comes down to, I've got the Diet Cola chicken with added extras from tonight.
I remember you tried it, you tried it when I had it, and I was like, very similar to the sweet and sour, but no sour.
And I've also then got the beef vindaloo and the Chinese style chicken. Now, I know which one you're most surprised about, the vindaloo being in here. My top 3 ranking would be, just because I had to add things to it, I'd put the Diet Cola chicken 3rd. If it was just on flavour, this would win. But because this on its own isn't the sweet and sour, that's why that comes in at a solid 9. So the 9.5 out of these 2, I can't believe, you're going to be shocked, because I would put the Chinese style curry in 2nd place, and my favourite meal all week is the one that initially, when we were looking at them in the thing, I was like, I'm never having that one. That's got 3 chilies on it. I can't eat that. But the vindaloo would win for me. Absolutely, the vindaloo would win. But we have got an extra special award, which goes to the pilau rice. Their pilau rice, oh,
But I said,
really delicious.
when
really
you looked
nice.
at it, you thought, oh, it's just a pilau rice. Oh, that would be just, we'll try it anyway. And I definitely didn't expect what it tastes like.
No.
It was really, really tasty.
And really interesting, like on all of their pictures, that you get the main meal and then you get these sides and everything. So on the pilau rice, they've got their picture and they've got the peas in it. Now I assumed that those peas were like an added extra.
Yeah.
It does say here that they've got peas and chickpeas in, but you never read that, do you? When you just pick it up, you look at the picture and you go, oh, that looks nice. But that is actually how it turns out. Now, we both had a little bit of pilau rice tonight, the Aldi pilau rice.
Which is just...
does not compare, does it? Does not compare. So, this, I think, for both of us, like, really interesting. Like this would be our ideal dinner.
But I said on the pilau rice, it's £2 a tub of pilau rice.
And it's worth it. It's worth it.
But don't you think that would be possibly enough for 3 people? If you put vegetables on the side.
Possibly. I mean, if you're just having... So if we were just buying this and maybe like one steamy bag between us, that would give us a ton of speed food, some really delicious rice and a really delicious curry. And I think for a curry night, that would be... I'm really surprised that I've scored this as high. I really am. And I'm also really happy that I've actually got a new meal that I really, really enjoyed at Slimming World.
But I said all the fresh herbs and that are in it, in the rice.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. Now, of course, there is another part to this challenge, isn't there? Which we're not going to know about until tomorrow when we weigh in. As we're filming this, it's Tuesday evening and Wednesday is our weigh-in day. So this officially now, we've actually done 8 days, haven't we? But we've done the 7 days since Wednesday weigh-in till tomorrow. We've done every one of those meals has been a Slimming World main meal and with our sides and that. So what is your prediction? What do you think you're going to come in with? How do you feel any lighter? Do you feel like it's made a massive difference?
I don't feel any different, to be honest.
So we'll just see. We'll see what happens tomorrow on weigh-in. I am really fascinated. One of the reasons we've kept all this packaging is because obviously we wanted to rank the meals at the end. But I've got to say there is another reason, because we are also going to do another week of Slimming World meals, specifically this range, and we're going to make it at home. So we are going to do a week of homemade Slimming World ready meals. So we're going to take the highest scores and basically plan that out. So like for an entire week, that's what we'll eat, and we'll see what it compares with on price-wise, how much more convenient it is, because some of these do take a bit of faffing. See
if we can make it actually look like what it looks like on the packaging.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting thing as well. That'll take a bit of faffing, but we can do all of that. We can do that. That's fine. But we're also, sneak peek, we intend doing this now. This has been so interesting, and I'm so intrigued as to what happens tomorrow, that we've decided to expand this into other ranges, haven't we? So supermarket ranges and things like that. So I think the next week on is going to be Sainsbury's, because you found some skinny sausages or lean sausages or burgers?
Skinny burgers they do. So they are like 5% minced beef or whatever. And I think they do some sausages that are skinny or something as well. And like I say, we're going to go and have a look at maybe some of their freezer meals as well, and just see what sort of the sin values are of some of those, and see what they've got. And see how it compares. So some of that a week on Sainsbury's will be their version of these, I guess. Yeah. If they do it, I don't know, because we like there's not normally a Sainsbury's that close to us, so we do need to like make a special trip to Sainsbury's. We'll go and have a look and find out.
Yeah, we'll do that. But also, if you have any recommendations for supermarkets where they've got a good range, we can get a good mix of a full week's worth of Slimming World friendly ready meals, or like the sausages and the burgers, things that are designed to help us out here on Slimming World. If you've got any recommendations for a particularly good supermarket, do please let us know down in the comment section. Now obviously we know about Aldi with their Slimwell, so Aldi will take off of that sort of list for now, because that's our kind of go-to supermarket, isn't it? So we're going to be interested to see on price. Oh, that was the one thing that we didn't talk about, wasn't it? The price.
Oh, the price of these compared to our normal shopping that we were doing a week, roughly.
Yeah.
But we worked out that with that and all of the other things that you have to pay for, like your vegetables and other things during the week, that it was probably a similar amount it would cost us.
Yeah.
than this, like I say, our fruit and other things and yogurt and stuff that we have during the week.
But there is a caveat to that, because obviously we had those vouchers from our Slimming World group, and luckily our amazing consultant Brenda said that because there was some left after the initial week, that we could take a couple of extras. So we ended up saving about £16-17 on the cost of the ready meals. Now what I would say is that on top of what we actually spent this week would probably push it above our normal spend.
Yeah.
Because we still had to obviously have our fruit and our milk and bread and all of that we had to get on top. So, you know, it probably would have proved a little bit more expensive. But we shall see tomorrow whether that £20 equates to a better weight loss. But anyway, do please leave us all your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section.
And if you've liked this video, give us a big thumbs up.
That really helps us out with YouTube. I cannot tell you how much the algorithm is aware of every time you hit that thumbs up button. So please, please do that. And obviously, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell and change your notifications to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. Of course, there is actually a giveaway that we've got running as well, where you can win yourself a Slimming World cookbook. All you need to do to enter that is to go across to the car vlog from last Saturday. I'll put the link just up here. All you need to do is put your prediction there as to what our weigh-in results are going to be tomorrow. We will let you know on Saturday's car vlog. That is the only way that I am going to be revealing what our weight loss, like, individual results are. But I will be discussing this week in a bit more details on Thursday morning's live stream here on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, 11 AM UK time. So do please join me for that. It's called Coffee and a Catch Up. Grab your coffee and come and catch up with us. But that is it from us today. And as we always say, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and happy slimming. Bye-bye. Oh, little princess.
Elvie.
Come on,
then. Poor Elvie.
Come on then, you can jump up on Daddy. You can have Mummy's seat while Mummy goes and puts all this back in the kitchen.
Oh, poor Elvie.
Come on then.
She's...
Come on then, I know.
Did you feel left out?
Come on then. Oh, oh.
I know, she couldn't wait, could she?
I know, right?
Oh.
Ruby's like, I was left out too. I was left out too.
Oh, poor Elvie. Oh, little sugar.